Okay, right, so continuing on with our theme of the SI joint, we're going to look at treatments. Now, I can't look at the specifics of treatment because there are a number of different things that can happen with the SI joint. You can get up slips, down slips, you can get anterior rotations, posterior rotations, you can get changes in the sacrum in terms of how it sits, so rotations that kick in there. So we can't talk about the specifics, but actually it's important to understand the sort of outline of what should happen to get you back in the right place. And there are 3 key phases for me, and hopefully I'll explain why. But it's very much a joint that is very powerful, it's got strong ligaments, we've got a lot of muscle pull around the area because it absorbs such a lot of stress through walking on a daily basis and how we sit and how we stand, that it needs to be in a good place, it needs to be reinforced. So the first thing that needs to happen is once you've been assessed and the clinician understands exactly what's going on, we need to then look at manually making sure we get the joint back into the right place. And there's a number of really good techniques, depending on the issue, to make that happen. And it's relatively straightforward to start to get the right position in place for you. What happens then is reinforcing it. So phase 2 has to be what you do to help maintain it. Now the reason that's important is because, as I say, we can correct the position, but if the same pull or drag is on the joint, it will fall back out of line. So we need you to make sure that you're constantly putting good information back in to try and help the joint stay in that corrected position. And I talk with my clients about trying to make sure they're doing those exercises first thing in the morning, last thing at night, and then before and after any exercise that they're doing. It doesn't matter if they're yoga or running, whatever. Try and get people to correct the position, do their class so they're working in a good position, and then correct again at the end. And that will help not only manage the pain, but also get your muscles starting to be able to maintain and understand where they should be working. So that's phase 2, and that's your work. And then phase 3 is a combination of your clinician and you working together, because a lot of this will be geared around how muscles work. So there might be an initial trauma that's created the change in how the SI joint sits, but it'll be how the muscles adapt that holds it in place and creates the problem that will eventually create your pain. So, for example, a nice easy one is if the ilium on here on the left side rotates forwards, it might then start to pull on my TFL. My TFL might shorten. We spend a lot of time sitting, so it's in a short position, and that can pull my ilium forwards and hold it there, inhibiting my glutes. And then that creates and feeds into the problem, so it becomes a little worse. So we need to correct that. So there should be, in phase 3, some really good work to try and release any restrictions that are in place that are holding the SI joint in a poor position, and some really good control retraining around the SI joint, generally focusing on rotation to help get the alignment right and get the stabilizers that are inhibited, not working effectively, engaged again and doing their job. And that will help you get the long-term success that everybody should be looking for.